Actually, I was working with a client in the Charlotte area, and they were looking for some creative ways. They wanted to sell their house. They wanted to buy a house and then sell their house. And the realtor they were working with was familiar with your company and said, Larry, they want to use this program. So I said, well, let me check it out. I thought it was like a cash to keys type program. But when I found out more about it, I was like, wow, I was really blown away. I didn't know programs like this exist. How was it different from other programs that I've been involved in? Yeah, initially when I was told about the program, I thought it was like a cash to keys type program or ribbon, one of those types of programs. But I called the local loan officer associated for that area, and he went over it with me, and I was blown away. And I was a little bit confused by it because it's very different. It's very different. So the more I learned about it, the more intrigued I became with it. I was so impressed with it. I said, "Are you in New Jersey?" Because my company advisors is we're based out of New Jersey, in Central Jersey. And I was so enthralled with it. And they said, no, but we're working on New Jersey. I said, well, I would love to introduce you to our company, because we've got a pretty big company. And I connected the corporate office with NOC, and they did a seminar for us, and we absolutely loved it. And I'm honored to say I'm the first loan officer with the company to actually do the program and close with it. And what impressed me about the program, I think of it now as like a Swiss Army knife. It's like a mortgage Swiss Army knife, because it does so many things. It number one, gives the seller, the would-be seller, the ability to buy a house and then sell. And it allows them the luxury of time. They have up to 6 months to sell their house. So one of the things I loved about the program is that I now think of it as like a loan officer's Swiss Army knife, because it does so many things. Number one, it gives access for a seller, gives them access to buying a home before they sell their home, it takes a lot of stress over moving, packing and coordinating closings. It gives them the luxury to not have to deal with open houses, have strangers walking through their house, dealing with all that stuff, like living like they're in a model home. It enables them the ability to find their house, move their furniture out unencumbered, set up in their new home, and then they can leave the keys with the realtor in their departing home, and the realtor has the run of the house. They have the ability to fix it up to maximize the value of the house. It gives them the ability to stage the house. Maybe their furniture is not the best. Maybe they don't have great interior design. So it allows the realtor to kind of have carte blanche on that. And it also allows them to pay off debt to qualify for their new purchase. It removes the DTI, removes the housing payment from their DTI, I should say. There's so many things it does. And in the instance of the loan I just closed using this program, they would not have been able to do the purchase. Unfortunately, the client was going through cancer treatments right at that time. In fact, we had to close the day before she went in for surgery. And it relieved a lot of pressure for her. And they physically wouldn't have been able to close on the house. They wouldn't have qualified. Just all around, it just made it so easy for them. Also gave them the ability to put more money down than they had. And of course, one thing I didn't mention, which is quite important, is the fact that it removes the sale contingency. So there's so many aspects to this loan, which is why I think of it just like a Swiss Army knife. One thing I would tell other loan officers and people that are professionals that are looking to do the program is, it takes a little while. I thought I understood the program, but you don't. It's kind of like driving. You get your license, but you don't really learn to drive until after you get your license. it's like that with this program because it is so multidimensional that you think you may have a grasp on it, but once you go through the program, I think after doing it one time and encountering every kind of question that might come up throughout the process, you'll get a real grasp on the program. But don't be intimidated by it, because the other thing I really loved about the loan I did is that the support from the bridge loan company was so awesome, and everybody worked together as a team. My processor here at the mortgage company, Trisha, and even the underwriter was always willing to get on the phone and get on the emails, and we all pulled together to make this happen. We did have a little time crunch at the end. The clients were awesome. They got the documents as quickly as we asked for them, but the level of commitment and support from the staff at the bridge loan company was exceptional. Honestly, I think the process was exceptional.
Great.
Exceptionally good on your end. You know, if having experienced one now, like I said before, I'm more equipped. I understand it more deeply from personal involvement in the first one. I have another one that's possible. That's somebody moving from Maryland down to South Carolina that's considering it, and I put them on a call with Knock. I put them on a call with the bridge loan company so they can go over it. I go over it in a summary type of way, and I say I want you to have an orientation call with the bridge loan company because they're not unwilling to jump in and go into it in detail, so all their questions are answered.